She's always talking about that. Oh, are we going?
Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Plus Christmas movies.
I'm Ryan, and I like Hallmark Plus Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Plus Christmas movies. This is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome back.
Hey,
Hey,
How
now
are
it's all
ya?
of us. Hello.
it's me and Rye Guy. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Off to a great start.
We are
Nothing's
off
going
to a
wrong.
great
Rye,
start.
how you
Good.
doing?
It's been a bit of a tough go of things, but I'm doing okay.
It's all right.
I'm doing
It's all right. You're still
Yeah.
here. You're on Philo TV. I mean, with a fresh cut. Things are looking
you.
great. Thank
yeah,
you.
but no, it's been thank you. No, thank you. It's been a bit of a tough week, but I'm hanging in. I'm hanging in.
Hanging, that's all right. It's all we can do. This time of year, that's
got
all we
so
can really do. You know what I mean?
Got so sad.
I mean, it has been. I think it's been a tough week for a lot of us, and for fairness.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, it's just. I can talk about it if you guys want, but I also don't have to.
I can't tell if that's an invitation
Let's go.
and you want
Let's
to talk,
dive into
or
this.
you're
Let's
trying
talk
to get
about
around it. I
what's
don't know.
going on, bud?
Come on, man.
What's going on?
So my Muppets Christmas Carol finger puppets are lost in the mail.
God Almighty,
No.
buddy. Considering the last
No.
8 days Americans have had, you can't bring that to the table.
I
can't.
think
Ryan,
it is more
Ryan, you can't. You can't.
quite the contrary. I think
Muppet
it
Christmas
is.
Carol finger puppets. You're an adult.
I
You
think
cannot
we need,
do this to people.
I'm not- I didn't buy him to play,
We
man.
need them more now than ever. We need the
Yeah.
the Muppet finger puppets more now than ever.
You want to hear what happened?
ahead.
Sure.
So I ordered them,
Right.
and so I
How
got
much?
there's
How much we talking here?
total for all four. It's Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, Kermit, and Piggy.
Yeah.
I had
The
to
big
order.
four. Yeah.
I had to, yeah, the big four. Yeah, I had to I had to order Fozzie by himself, but all encompassed for all four. About under $40, 9 each, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I
And
gotta be
there-
honest. I would tell you I'm a bigger Muppets fan than either of you. Like, I adore the Muppets. They're like
Yeah.
top of the top for me. And I still
of the
think that the people, whoever sold you those,
Hold on.
probably waking up laughing.
They're finger puppets?
So I'm going to use them as display items. Obviously, I have a whole.
Obviously, yeah.
Brand, as you have seen, you saw a very early version of it. I have swapped out one of my display shelves for all my Christmas stuff, and there is a Muppet Christmas Carol section. And I thought that these finger puppets would really be the icing on the Christmas Carol section.
But they're
so-
they're finger sized.
Yeah, but like they will work very nicely where I need them within the display. Obviously not on my fingers. So I ordered them.
Will you
Fozzie Bears.
finger them at all? Like, will you use them on your
Are
fingers
you
at
gonna,
all?
are you?
Or will it go
Are
directly
we gonna
into
edit
case?
this episode like all of it?
I
or just
fixed
a little
I
bit?
fixed
You
it.
fixed
I realized
yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
They'll go straight to the case.
Amount of
Straight
time
to the
you
case.
personally will be fingering them will be minimal, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I would put it at a hard 0. Yeah.
Really?
Got it.
Yeah.
Zero?
And so
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
how you have that strength. When I see finger puppets, I immediately gotta figure. I gotta put my finger into the puppet.
Yes.
That's their purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Not for what I'm looking for, but I appreciate you for your honesty and your valor, quite frankly.
Thank you,
so
Brandon.
yeah, thank you, Brant. So I ordered. There was one on eBay. It was Piggy, Kermit, and Gonzo. Great deal, $27.
Yeah,
Fozzie, like I said, by himself. So I got really stoked. They
You
arrived
spent
sooner-
13 on Fonzie by himself.
Fozzie.
No, Fonzie, yeah,
The Fonzie doesn't have a finger puppet in the Muppets
That we know of. That we know of.
Yeah.
How dare you?
That's the sequel. Yeah.
You spent $13 on the Foz.
No, I think they all came out to about 9 each, but we're approximating. That's not the point of the story. They arrived quicker than I thought. I got really excited. I saw they arrived at 12 p.m. the other day.
It's
I
a
was at
great
work.
time for things to arrive.
It's a great time.
Uh-oh.
Freeze, boy.
Did his fire alarm go off? Oh, we're currently offline. Okay, we're good.
We're
back.
good. We're back.
We're
Everybody's
back.
back.
Good?
It's okay.
Yes, you're good.
It's okay.
Sorry,
Do you
they
think it was
arrived
all
at-
the? Do you think it was all the fingering of the puppets talk? That like,
Could have been.
I think Facebook was censoring it for sure. I think that's
12 p.m. they arrive.
Yeah, and so I get down to the mailroom. I'm all pumped. It's worth noting that one of my biggest fears when we moved was all of my packages going to this mailroom, right? Like just because things can get lost in the shuffle, what have you, right? So I get down there, they're nowhere to be found. Yeah.
Boy.
So you think someone lifted them?
No. A bunch of other things were there. As fate would have it, I got several other things this day, including a Muppet Christmas Carol hat, which was great. But I opened
How
all
much
these
was
things.
The hat?
Approximately $20.
And is that for the head or?
He said approximately like it was $29.83, and he was like
Listen to this one. No, I mean, so we're seeing. I don't know if I told you guys this. We're seeing. I know we have to start the episode at some point.
No.
We're seeing the Muppet Christmas Carol with an orchestra next month.
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
so like I got the hat, and then I got like a shirt for you guys familiar with the Roosevelts, that brand of clothing.
No.
It's a really cool shirt with Gonzo and Rizzo. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great fit.
So, okay, that was my question. I didn't know if this was directly for the case or not. I'm glad to see that some things...
No. Like, the hat will be worn throughout holiday seasons for years to come.
You're not going to bring the finger puppets and just hold them up at some point during the live performance and have them dance?
Have
Just
them
the
dance.
four of them.
Have them dance.
Yeah.
The big four.
Now, if it was Kermit, but then they made some penguin finger puppets, like the scene early on where they're skating.
Dude, what
on
if
the
you
thing,
had the band with Dr. Teeth and Animal and everybody, and you could do the...
I'm running out of fingers at that point, Dan.
But I mean, I think it's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to use Alyssa's
You're
fingers at
going
that
with
point.
Alyssa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have fingers.
So many
Thank
jokes
you.
I'm not saying. I'm just letting you know now.
It's we can revisit that at a later time. So really, I want to be prompt about this. A lot of embarrassing things happen. I get a lot, like 5 or 6 things come in for me this day. So the mail, the employee here at the building who's sorting through the mail, she's down there. I keep going down there, and she just keeps handing me more packages. And I keep surely going, oh, these are the finger puppets. Except none of them are. And then I go back down there a third time after she's already handed me several things. And she says, here's what happened. USPS delivered to the wrong building earlier, and I told them just to come back here with your stuff later on. And so what I'm pretty sure happened is the finger puppets, throughout the process of going from one building to another with 5 hours in between, got lost in the literal shuffle. And so I've been really broken up about it.
But is there a chance that it's in the other building?
I went to the other building, they couldn't find it. And so ultimately a bit of a happy ending. I just spent $28 more to get another set of finger puppets. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure. Look, Dan.
Put the eBay down. Put the eBay down.
Dan, I'm pretty sure USPS is going to reimburse me for them losing the package. This isn't on me.
Yeah,
this is
you
on
can't
them.
get in trouble for this.
No, I
you
can't
think
get
the
in trouble.
United States Postal Service is going to personally reimburse you for the finger puppets?
I looked at the fine print. It says that's an option.
That's an option.
The one rub is that the set
There's
I bought
a rub involved.
It had another.
I mean, it's a both and situation.
Had another Fozzie Bear. So, and also it had multiples of Kermie, I believe. So now I'm overflowing with finger puppets, assuming that these arrive.
You calling him Kermie? I do. I appreciate that.
I will just say, at this point, if at the end of the day, if everything shakes out the way that it should, and you end up getting all of the finger puppets, you not bringing them, half of them, to the show is offensive.
Well, that is interesting. In the scenario where I wind up with all of them, and that would be $65 later in that scenario. I mean, at that point, I probably would have to, right? Because, like, what am I doing with those other than, like, regifting them to someone? Right?
Yeah.
Well, and even then, you can still utilize them for the purposes that you need them, and then you can gift them. You putting your little fingers in the puppets doesn't make it to where.
Oh, well, why my fingers got to be little?
You can sell pre-fingered puppets.
You can.
Nobody's going to ask that question.
Is that a short joke?
Have these puppets been fingered before? Nobody's going to ask that.
I bet the puppets that you are getting.
You're only a few inches taller than me. I don't like that you called my fingers little.
I'm sorry. No, you're right. Your hands are big. Your beautiful hands.
Beautiful hands.
But okay, fine.
Puppets wouldn't fit them.
I mean,
is that the concern?
Here's the problem. We don't know if they will or not. They haven't arrived yet.
That's right. They haven't arrived yet.
All right. You'll have to do an unboxing video. Unbox those suckers. Slide them on your big old fingers and see how they fit.
Your big manly fingers.
Thank you.
I think, if anything, your fingers being inside of the puppets.
We're getting there.
Actually improves the value of them.
Because they're my fingers?
Yes.
You're
thank
you
a
for that as
dual
well.
personality.
Between
These
the
have been- these-
bump fans and the Twitch fans and the Hallmark fans, there's somebody out there that's looking for that type of.
And again, I am
access.
going to have extras.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you
Well, in
imagine someone having worked on the film Mia's Prince, Unwrapping Christmas, tuning in
Sorry about
To
that,
li-
Big Johnson. My bad.
to
We-
listen
it
to
got away
us
from
talk
us.
about if Brian's going to finger the puppets or not?
Well, no, Brian is not. Brian will not.
What about Ryan?
Well, what if
I'm
Brian buys the puppets that Ryan's going to get
He
rid
could.
of?
What
You're
if
right.
this next batch doesn't arrive? What do I
Listen,
do then?
what if we the second batch? What if we ship them around to all of us? We all finger them and then we sell them.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Finger Puppets.
That's right.
when we ship those, can we also ship our pants?
Yeah,
Or
we ship our
think
pants
we should.
for sure.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. You want to get to the movie? I got more eBay stories if you need them.
Oh, dude, if we could have a podcast, I would be here for all of it. We could watch a movie,
Yeah.
right? You and I could watch a movie, Bran as well. We watch a movie
Yep.
that we adore, and then we talk through your possible eBay purchases. And if the podcast gets famous, then the podcast covers the expense of the purchase.
That'd be great.
I mean,
Are
right?
there any like is there a podcast out there that's like my eBay haul this week?
My
or something
eBay haul.
like
There's
that? I
got to
don't know.
be.
We gotta
There's
work
got to
on it.
be.
Are those visible? There they are.
Yeah, I see that. Philo.tv/DTH. Really nice. Oh,
Yeah, I
look
mean
at
that's the thing. They're
that.
great display items.
Yeah, so that's the
Wow.
second batch.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get.
So so there's a world where you end up with 3 Kermies.
Well, I mean, if the initial package gets found, I will 100% have 3 Fozzies or Fonzies, as you will.
But there's 2 Kermies in that picture.
Right, but I bought-
the Greek
Fonzie's
god
still in
Hermes
transit.
was ruthless.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so 3 Fozzie Bears or Fozzie Wigs, as it may be, if we're being film accurate,
Right.
and then 2 Kermies, 1 Gonzo, and I believe that was 2 Piggies as well.
Yeah. Which little
No
piggy went
Rizzos,
to
which is a
market?
bummer.
Yeah, which of those piggies stayed home even?
Yeah.
I think
Just
we could
one
split
Piggy.
them.
Excuse me. I don't want to be
You guys,
unfaithful to
anybody out there listening think we like the movie?
Let's find out. Everybody buckle up. Quite a long synopsis here coming up, everybody. Unwrapping.
Yeah, we weren't filling for time or anything. Yeah.
No.
Unwrapping Christmas, Mia's Prince, originally aired on November 14th, 2024. I made my brother sit down and watch this movie for his birthday. I said, Pat,
Brother birthday?
My brother birthday.
Brother birthday.
Sit down, brother birthday.
Shout out Pat.
Shout out, Pat. This is Mia. I got you some Mia's Prince. And it went a little something like this. The movie starts with Mia being in some sort of fantasy sequence that reminds me of a really weird, like, fantasy romance novel. And turns out that's what it is. She is sleeping on the job. Silly Mia. Her friends wake her up and give her a hard time about dreaming about the guy from her books again. It's going to be a crazy week. Busy, busy, busy. But if I learned anything from the first movie, it's that Mia is going to be able to barely work all week with little to no consequences to the business.
Great gig.
Mia's sister asks her to watch her cats, which Mia is allergic to. So she says yes, and then she goes to stay at the office. And she ends up falling asleep, dreaming about the book prints again, when there's a knock at the door. Who is it?
There's no answer.
Who is it?
They're not saying anything.
So finally, she goes over and she opens the door, and just as I expected, it's the guy, I think. The lower third of this guy's face looks a lot like the lower third of the Dream Prince's face. He buys something and gives her a $100 bill. The next day, her friends are like, you're dreaming. But then, turns out, he shows up again. She's not dreaming. Turns out the guy's name is Bo Kavanaugh. A guy who's, if he has that name, would definitely go to Duke University on a lacrosse scholarship. The Kavanaugh family is Fancy Pants family. And Bo is next in line to run that Fancy Pants family and their very important charity. This is the type of family that has his entire life planned out, including who he's going to end up with. In fact, it turns out that he's already engaged. And you might think that's the end of the movie. He's engaged to be married, but it's not. He keeps coming back around and hanging out with Mia, and the sparks are flying. There's also a first edition of a book. We know this is important, and we wrote it down. And so, yeah, so there's a lot of like, will they, won't they situation. And she is constantly like, we shouldn't. And he's like, but we must. They pet a horse. They plan.
Did you say horse?
I did. Wrigley.
Hey,
Merry Christmas.
buddy. Heard a lot of finger puppet talk. I felt like I could sit that one out.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you for reading the room there.
Getting decorated at Fitzy's. Don't worry. Bringing in the big barges.
Now, I understand that I'm not going to even touch it. Every year, Fitzy's unveils one new Christmas-related cocktail. What is this year's cocktail?
That's right. It's the Quinnipiac University presents Extra Special Jelly Shot.
Did you get a sponsor
I did.
for this
it's
year's
a university.
cocktail?
It's a higher ed university.
How much did they pay for that?
They pay $10.
Okay.
Plus all the jelly shots they can drink.
Wow.
Yeah, and the difference is it's a jelly. It's different. We'll get into it later. But
So
you go back
they
to
pay $10 and they get all the jelly shots that they can
but they
drink?
got to drive themselves home, so the joke's on them. It's just Everclear. It's grain alcohol
Wow.
in there. Yeah. Thanks, Quinnipiac.
Thanks, Wrigley.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, who'd you get for Secret Santa?
Delvin.
Tough.
I got him something great, though.
What?
My pants.
Dang it. He actually could use a pair, so it's not a bad gift. Not a bad gift. He's been wearing a lot of like cargo.
I just found out Quinnipiac is out. That was not really Quinnipiac. That was my friend Quincy. And he's like,
What do you do with the $10?
Yeah,
now?
It's still a sponsorship. Still a sponsorship. Why can't he?
Yeah, he calls himself Quinny. He said, Quinny, you pack me up some jelly shots.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough out there. That's all me. I thought we were getting higher ed involved.
But-
And higher ed normally is blazed out of his mind. There's nothing I can do about it.
That was very funny, Rick.
I'm doing the
That's
best I
good.
can over here.
That's good. All right, bud.
Hey, I don't get to talk to you guys much anymore. I love you, though.
Love you.
Love you too, man.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Panda.
Oh, rest in peace, obviously.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
Man,
will
that
they,
was
won't they?
Don't have much voice for that.
So then she's like, we won't. We can't.
Yeah.
We shan't. And, but he's like, we must. And then she goes and the book is gone. Remember the first edition?
Yeah.
That's tough.
You got it,
He
dude.
finds out that his mother, Mrs. Kavanaugh, bought the book because she likes first editions. She said, I like this
She
one.
loves first editions.
It's time for the big party, and they're all there, the whole gang, and they end up together and they kiss, and that, my friends, was Unwrapping Christmas, Mia's friends.
We did it. If you know nothing else, know that Muppets Christmas Carol is an absolute banger, and Michael Caine is crushing it all movie.
That's my
long.
Scrooge.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great flick.
Yeah.
Great flick. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to the hot take and all the feels here on Deck the Hallmark. I got it, guys. I got it. Everyone sit it out. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, boy.
We're talking about Unwrapping Christmas, Mia's Prince. 2 down, 2 to go.
Two
Let's,
princes. Dip. Nope.
If you like Muppet puppets, go ahead now.
Put your fingers in those sockets.
Go. Are they called sockets?
I don't know. I just made it up because
Interesting.
they're
Oh,
Roman
wow, that's
puppets.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like a pop socket.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never thought about how you could call the whole of a finger puppet a socket.
You've never thought about that once before?
You have thought about calling the whole of a finger puppet a socket?
I mean, I just bought $50 worth of these things. You don't think it came
It
up?
crosses your mind, I
Around
guess.
50, and by that
Around.
he means with taxes and fees
It's
$150.
$100,000.
No, I think it's going to probably be about 65.
But
again, USPS.
Reimbursing.
Being
Yeah,
honest.
say he can't get in trouble for this.
It's time for the hot take, is where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We do not hold back. Ryan, what do you
Bran.
think?
So the opening of this film felt like a borderline fever dream, which actually gave me some hope that like it was going to be a fun time. So I would say that this is And I was higher on last week than you two, although I made sure to say I didn't think it was good.
Okay.
This film is infinitely better than last week. That doesn't mean that it was good. It just means that it was infinitely better than last week. I also think it means that it's like, to me, it was a night and day difference between last week and this week. I also think it means that anything is possible for these next 2 weeks, considering what we've gotten. I thought this should have been the first film in the series. I thought it did a lot better job establishing the world, if you want to call this a world. More on that later. I like the chemistry between these leads far more than last week. And Dan, even if you're giving me Stephon Marbury after Amari Stoudemire dunked face right now,
That's exactly what I'm giving you. If
Yeah,
Aaron Shea would have gone to camera, you would have seen me just literally looking at you like I was so appalled. It's just as unbelievable. Go ahead.
But no, the chemistry here is better. I mean, that is unequivocal. Like, the chemistry between these two is better. I didn't see the twist with him already being engaged, or the twist within the twist of them not really caring about the engagement coming. So that was fun. I mean, it wasn't really a big deal, but it was fun.
Oh my God.
Is it considered a twist?
That's not a twist.
Is it considered a twist if they just tell you?
They just
and then
say
it's
it.
like, and it happens real fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the actress playing Bo's mom was good, and then I thought that Bo and Penelope reveal them, like, he tells his mom that they're not engaged anymore. That couldn't have been any more anticlimactic, and his mom went from heel to babyface super quick. But you know what? It was still better than last week, Brent.
I don't agree that this week's was better than last week's. At least I laughed last week. I had some fun. I thought it was silly because the chemistry was so bad. And I guess you're right. Some chemistry is better than no chemistry, and so the chemistry here was better. And I do really like the lead, the person who played Mia. I thought she's wonderful. But at the end of the day, I didn't care for it. I was very bored, and I think what I just keep wondering to myself is why? Why when we have so much going on, when we let's just throw Hallmark, the linear channels out and just talk about Hallmark Plus. When you have this mistletoe murder thing that they're not giving any time to, when you have this what's it called, what is it, holidays that's coming, that's out now, that I would rather be watching, when you have the Wes Brown reality show that's coming out next month, when you have the Jonathan Bennett reality show that's still currently going on, in all of what's that?
Luke McFarlane also has a reality show coming out at some point.
During the holiday season?
I don't know. At some point.
I'm just saying, with all of that going
the
on,
holiday season?
just in the holiday season, why? Why did they pick these up? Why are they doing this to us? Because it's we've started it, and so now we have to continue it, but I'd rather just be
We've started this, now we have to begin. Yeah.
I'd rather just I'd rather just do the holidays or the mistletoe murders thing, because those are at least just episode length, and I just don't know why this is happening, but we've made our bed, and it's a movie, and we said we're doing them, and now here we are. I literally don't know why Hallmark Plus picked these up unless they were free. I don't know why they would do it, why they would muddy the waters with all of the other original stuff that they're putting out this month and next month. Why muddy the waters?
Can I tell you why I think?
Go ahead. Hi, Dan.
Even though it's it's like the fire marshal came by or something. Here's the thing. It is yeah, it's like we don't have a bit. It's like the fire marshal came by is what I'm saying.
How is he?
He's doing great, man. Eric is amazing.
We love Eric.
Yeah, Eric Eubanks.
Easy.
The best. Easy E, as we call him. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Not that he doesn't take his job seriously.
No.
He does. He's
Toughie.
tough.
Yeah. Yes, he's a toughie.
He's a toughie.
While I agree with you, we don't need these, and I'll get to that in my hot take. The Wedding Veil was so immensely popular that Hallmark decided, as they do with everything, when Tyler Hines hit, you are going to see Tyler Hines everywhere. The Wedding Veil hit as this anthology idea. And so what happened is they purchased, acquired, have made, produced any sort of version of that they can find. Love Club, terrible, doesn't matter. We're bringing it to Hallmark. We're going to put it on. We're going to make money. Groomsmen, We're going to make money on this. The Unwrapping Christmas movies. Guys, these movies are offensive on a personal level. They are like, this is a bad movie. The only thing I will say about this movie is Catherine Davis, our leading lady in this movie, she's great. She is great. She legitimately needs to be in a better movie. But this is a movie that lays its premise upon a gift wrapping store that is never open, never full, never employed or occupied by anyone that's supposed to be doing their job during the holiday season. And so it's really hard to focus on any story when you know what's supposed to be going on in real life. And then the stories are just half-baked. Like the idea of this story, we've seen done by Hallmark 1,000 times, but way better. It is bare bones. They spared all expense, and they come up with a movie that doesn't work on any front, and it is an absolute slog to get through. I'm having a hard... Here's my thing, is we laughed a lot at the first one of these movies. Tina's Miracle, whatever it was called.
Yeah. And we talked a lot about pizza while watching this
Because we
one.
love Natalie Hall, and we thought the dude was a stalker, and the girl taking the pictures was really funny. So which one of these movies is better? Catherine Davis is great. But if I have to sit through one again, give me the first one. These movies are both so, like, they are worse, in my opinion, I think, Brand, than The Love Club.
Yeah.
You got this to The Love Club. I'm holding out hope that Cindy Busby and Jake Epstein are going to be great.
Yeah.
You all right? Who is that?
You okay, buddy?
Hey, guys, it's Ed.
It's Ed?
Okay.
Oh, it's Higher Ed?
Yeah, I came running.
Higher Ed?
What's up?
When you say you came running, we mentioned, Rig mentioned you ages ago. Are you running or do you think you're running?
In my mind, I got here
Yeah.
so fast.
You told me this. You texted me ahead of time and you said question for discussion. That was the text.
Yeah.
Question for discussion. And the question is, what if we weren't? That's the question. And I don't even know what that means, Higher Ed, but if you could explain it to me, that'd be great.
What?
What if we weren't? You said, what if we weren't?
Does anybody have Skittles?
I don't have any Skittles. Nothing.
Aaron, you got Skittles.
Erin's looking around. She doesn't have Skittles. Are you okay, Higher Ed?
What if we weren't?
You all right, bud?
What if we weren't?
What if we weren't?
I got some
Is
stuff.
that like an existential?
M&M's?
Peanut M&Ms. Is that an
I'm allergic.
existential question, Ed? Like, are you asking, like, what if we weren't real? Like, are we a simulation? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As good as anything.
Ed,
Hey,
Ed, you got any any finger puppets?
a lot of finger puppets.
That is not a name for your bongs.
Oh no, I'm out. Rick?
Oh, hey, Higher Ed. What's cracking, buddy?
Not much, man. Not much. Not much. All right, see you back at
Catch you on the flip side, home slice. Hey, Ed.
Hey, buddy.
What if we were, though? What if we were? Hey, do you want a sponsor? I got a jelly shot that needs a sponsor. It's $10 for all the jelly you can eat.
I got you, bud. What were we talking about?
This point is just for Philo watchers.
Yeah, they're loving it, though. They're getting the show.
Everybody else it's just not great audio.
No.
But the show's produced by Aaron Shea,
getting
and
a
you
show.
need to know that right
They're getting
now.
a show. They're getting a show.
What are we, about 90 minutes in at this point?
Aaron's
How are we
gonna
doing?
have like actual
We're 28 minutes in.
Aaron's gonna have actual anxiety fever dreams about this.
Yeah. Let's.
Later. It's
let's-
gonna be awesome.
Let's get to the feels. Ryan, anything in this movie stick out to you? Gave you any feels?
I should wrap gifts like she does. It feels very attainable for. I'm a terrible gift wrapper. I know she says it's difficult, but it looked pretty easy, and so I think I'm gonna do that.
On the contrary, like she's using like fabric wrapping paper. I didn't admit. It
Yeah, I
stressed
hated the
me
gift
out.
wrapping. I hated it. I was just 100%.
I didn't say I thought it looked nice. I'm just saying I thought it felt attainable for me.
Sure. What if that was your thing? Oh, here Ryan's coming. His thing is fabric wrapping paper. He says
Yeah.
he thinks it looks okay.
Like she kept saying it was tough, but like she really just kept rolling and rolling the fabric until it just acquiesced to the product at hand.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, yeah.
So that gave me feels, Bran.
That's what a pull there, right? What a pull.
Yeah. I mean, listen, my
That
feels
was from way downtown. Bang!
Bang. My feels were at one point they were in a horse stable. And
Nope, not doing it.
Okay.
You're not reeling me in.
I'm sorry.
With that horse talk.
When you're here, like when you make it appear, you just kind of hang out the whole episode.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to hawk jelly shots.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I told you I would sponsor.
You're in.
I told you I would.
All right.
If it's
Grain
$10,
grain alcohol and petroleum jelly. Coming your way.
$10 unlimited. It's a very smoky scene. They are
smoky scene.
It's very, they didn't need to do this. They didn't need to go so hard with the sexy horse scene.
No.
So
no,
the horse
no.
isn't. The
Don't
horse
you
isn't
do it.
sexy. The
You
horse.
said the horse was sexy.
I
You
said
could have said horse.
that the horse was the scene with the horse was a sexy scene, despite of the horse. Not.
Brand, I just want to be clear. You did say the sexy horse.
I know it.
Okay.
Sexy horse scene.
The sexy horse.
How are the
sexy.
finger puppets in that scene?
That way to make it better. This episode's going to have an explicit rating. We may as well just start cursing.
No, the horse wasn't bad. It was a good little horse, but I would never have qualified it as a sexy horse.
Let's stop talking
The scene
about the horse.
itself.
Let's
Go
stop
ahead.
giving adjectives.
You got
to the horse.
anything?
I have nothing. I hated it.
Hi everybody, it's Deck the Hallmark.
Hi.
We're talking Unwrapping Christmas, and we're back. It's time to get to the wait what. It's where we talk about what in the Mia's Prince movie made us go wait what. You can go ahead, Ryan.
Thanks. Update. Quick
Thank you.
update. Fozzie Solo will arrive tomorrow. So
Fozzie Solo. Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully this long national nightmare will soon be over. $100 tip isn't the flex.
Don't
that
you wish
Bo
you had
thinks-
tracking on that Fozzie? Like tracka? I was trying. Sorry, go ahead.
Nice. I liked it.
That was good. That was good. Listen, when it hits, it hits. Am I right?
good.
$100 tip to someone you're interested in isn't the flex that this guy thinks it is. Nothing. It wasn't as creepy as anything last week, but I just found it unsettling.
Yeah.
It reeks of desperation and unsettling to me. I didn't like it.
It did reek of very transactional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, give me $100 tip over a 9-year-old girl just taking
That's right.
Polaroids
That's
of me
right.
nonstop any day of the week. I'll take your money.
Yes. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
those are we're operating on two different scales there, but absolutely. Yes. This is one of the most comical tree lightings of all time.
Of all time.
It's the tree is barely taller than my tree from Costco. They still had strands of lights on them. It's during the day at lunch. This tree lighting stuff.
There's
It
one.
sucked.
Oh, you didn't even get to the
Not
big
to
one.
mention-
Go ahead, Bran.
The way that they light it up is by connecting two strands of lights together. Has nothing to do with the wall. Nothing. It's if we meet the cords in the middle, the rest of it will light
Yeah,
up.
That's not how electricity works. It's fundamentally, it has to be, one of those strands has to be plugged into an outlet. And so half of those lights would already be on.
The Unwrapping universe is awesome, and how electricity works within it is
We
great.
love it. We love it.
They're about to kiss at one point. I think this is shortly after the horse scene, Brand, so you were probably locked in. And Bo says, quote, "She's my non-fiance," talking about Penelope, to which Mia says, valid statement here, "I don't know what that means." To which Bo says, "That's because you're not a Kavanaugh."
That's
and then
exactly
they don't
right.
kiss.
Yep.
And then they don't, he brought this up. This is one of the more nonsensical things of all time.
Yes, yes.
And maybe I'm being too kind to the film because this was it was just a truly, utterly baffling.
It was an
exchange.
attempt at clever dialogue when he should have been like, because I'm a Kavanaugh, I'm required to get married. And so she's my fiance, even though that's really not what I want. That's all he had to say. What he said didn't make any sense. Complete, that's because you're not a Kavanaugh. If you were a Kavanaugh, it'd be weird. This scene would be really weird if you were a Kavanaugh. But either way, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. It was bad.
This would all be easier if you were my sister. Then you would understand.
That's right. If we were related,
If you were
you'd
related in
understand
some
why
way.
I can't date you.
Yeah, and then they just like kept walking in the woods. So last one for me. I'm an avid collector, as you maybe were able to gather from the first 35 minutes here today. But even my prized possession, which is actually right above me. If you see this helmet right above me, that's my prized possession. I have
Power Rangers.
never referred to this film that was in the original Power Rangers film shot in Sydney, Australia. I've never once in my life, the 2+ years I've owned it, I've never once looked at it, and I look at it every day. I've never once called it my baby, much less call it my baby on first reference over and over. That was bad.
Yeah.
Bran, the floor is yours.
And also, this is a guy who knows about collecting things.
Yeah.
Like, he has a little bit of experience. And so if he doesn't, then that's when you know.
Yeah.
It's just strange. It's
strange.
just strange to do it.
Yeah.
Just strange.
Just try it and see.
Oh
if it
no,
sticks.
my baby's
right.
gone.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Like, it's like, that was strange, right?
Not great.
Hey, babe. Like, you know, like,
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird. She opens up packages like a monster. One, the scissors, crazy. We
Yes.
tried to do it.
We
tried
a
to do it.
closed pair of scissors
To
opening
open
a
up
box. Get out of here.
is crazy. But then she just starts throwing packing peanuts everywhere as if she, can just do whatever she wants to because she owns the place. She barely works there, first of all. But then she just throws packing peanuts all over the place. It's a mess. It's awful. He says they're doing a baking thing, and he says, in my opinion, you can never add too much vanilla. 100%
Yeah.
false. It is like notoriously one of those things that you really want to get right, the vanilla, because too much can really overpower the entire thing. Too little, you don't have enough of that punch. You got it. That's like one of the things with baking. Vanilla is one of those tricky things. It's tricky. It's tricky. That
it's tricky,
vanilla.
that vanilla.
And then
There's another door.
at one point, she gets a call from Decorators Inc., and they're bailing last minute. If I had $1 for every time Decorations Inc. called me and bailed last minute,
The worst.
to doing the one thing that they do, which is decorations.
Yeah.
But the Decorations Inc., they can't do it anymore. And then this shop is, we like the idea of the shop.
We
right?
love the idea of the shop.
But they're reckless. They have electrical cords running right in front of the front door.
Yeah.
So and not taped down, just loosey-goosey. So
Loosey-goosey.
everybody that walks in is just like, there's so many people are going to be tripping over that cord. The trees are going to be falling down on top of them. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen. You got to figure that out. And I think maybe Decorations Inc. is to blame for this. I don't know. I don't know if maybe they came in and they decorated and they're doing
They
shoddy
ain't.
work,
Yeah.
or they were so busy and they couldn't decorate the store, and this is what happens. But either way, you got to find a new company to decorate. That's all I'm saying. Dan?
By all means, let the strange man in your shop where you're sleeping. By all means, do that. This woman is sleeping in her shop because her sister's in town, brought a cat. She's allergic. There's a knock on the door while she's sleeping from a man she does not know. And not only does she open the door, which you shouldn't do, but then she's like, come on in. And in any other movie that isn't Unwrapping Christmas, Mia's Prince, she dead. She is 100% dead if that happens. You can't do that. But before then, her sister visits her and decides to just continue to rap on the door and scare her sister half to death. Doesn't say, hey, it's me, your sister. I need help. Let me in. Doesn't knock on the door. Continues to try to force her way into this apartment and then gets in the apartment and she's like, why didn't you knock? And her sister says, I thought it would just be easier to walk in. No, you scared everybody, sis. You scared everybody, and that was not great. You shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I was a little confused by the wine bottle wrapping tutorial. Not that she wrapped a bottle of wine and put a nice piece of mistletoe or something on it. Like, great. This was a hired out tutorial that she did for someone in their home.
He was like, hey, we have like a book club or something. Can you come over and show how to like do a class?
That couldn't have been more basic. Her entire job was to show up, wrap a bottle of wine in some fabric, tie it at the top, and just.
I mean, it worked for Ryan. Ryan was impressed. He's thinking about changing it, making it his thing.
But like,
my thing.
She came all the way out there to do a 30-second activity. Like, that was the whole of it. All movie long, his mom is like, it's his mom, right?
Yeah.
Who's like,
yeah,
You like the bad guy, and the turn she does, the heel to whatever turn that you said is exactly
Baby
right.
face. She
says this exact line. I just thought I was doing the right thing by pressuring you to commit. You're either the dumbest or the worst human being. I thought it through. I crunched the numbers, and what I thought the best move was to put a lot of pressure and anxiety on you in order for you to make a decision. I thought that was, as a mother, I thought that was the most nurturing thing I could do. That's wild, man. That's wild. And then there's also this is crazy to me. There's also a charity in this movie that is called something along the lines of this is the actual name of this charity. The Alfred House Dyslexia School for Children.
Yeah, it's the one that they opened last week at the end of the movie.
And so my thing about that is you don't put the disability in the title of your school. Like, there's a big push in the disability community and the accessible community for people first language. So like if you're at home or you in your day-to-day life, you say the autistic kid, you should change that or try to work. It doesn't happen overnight. Change that to that child that has autism, like as part of his personality, not his whole personality. The idea that a school would be started for the disability of dyslexia and they would call it the Dyslexia School for Children is hysterical. Like,
it also makes it sound like they're teaching kids how to be dyslexic.
That's exactly right.
Here's how you actually, if you want to learn a new trait.
Out of either like a Bond villain would do or Derek Zoolander would do.
In this movie's defense, you met the guy last week. So
that's true. That's true.
It's also just really long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say it again.
The Alfred House Dyslexia School for Children.
It's like a mouthful.
It is fundamentally, I can't repeat what I said when I watched it live, like on this podcast. It's fundamentally the worst name for a school of any kind. It's
a really mean trick to play on kids with dyslexia.
That's right.
To name it that long. It's a really mean trick. That's really mean on that, guys.
There are so many levels on which this is a bad name, but you can't in your head go, I just started a nonprofit called the Alfred House Dyslexia School for Children. You can't say that with a straight face. God, movie, be better. I would dare any listener to find me an example, because that's what usually happens when I do this. Some listener messages in and goes, actually, there's something in my hometown. Please, I would love to see it, because I'm gonna make fun of them too.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy to me.
What if we do Ronald McDonald House, but add a full sentence after?
That's right.
And that's the name.
Yes. Yeah. The Ronald McDonald Intellectual Disability House. Can you imagine? Like, that is absurd. Like, guys, you can't do that.
Would Perkins School for the Blind, would that?
Great name. Perkins School for the Deaf and Blind. Also, it's a name that if the Perkins School could reconsider, they probably would, because it's so famous and they named it so long ago.
Yeah.
Very different. You got a preposition in there. Listen, this is the Randall Alfred House Dyslexia School for Children. The 4 is 2 words after it.
Yeah.
You can't do it, man.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a small thing. It's a big thing. That's all I got.
I'm trying, movie. I'm trying, movie. Oh, man. Let's get to the Hallmark story. We wonder what could have been. Maybe have it gives us clarity. Any questions that we still having? What are we still wondering about? Knowing that it very well could be answered in the next 2 movies, but we do this anyway. Ryan, go ahead.
I'm being very, very serious here. Like, I am 5 years old, and I'm paying attention to these films. I'm watching them, right? Explain to me why all of them are in rapping contests, and we don't find out about these rapping contests until seemingly 3 minutes left in the film every week. Like, am I missing something?
No, it's something that we've talked about, because I was thinking,
it's not mentioned.
Yes, the party that they did last week was like, that's a part of the thing.
Yes.
And now they're just so happen to be at another.
Yeah.
Is this
function?
the same party?
No.
At a different location?
Different thing.
Also,
But
where was Natalie Hall's boyfriend? Is this after last? Is it?
It has
That's
to
a
be.
great question.
It has to be though,
Yeah.
because of
The
the
school
school.
exists.
Yes. Yeah, the dyslexia school for children.
Yes.
The thing is, yeah, no, a laugh is the right response. That is a terrible name for a school. That was mine too, Ryan. So I'll just go ahead and go. I assume now we're going to have a gift wrapping competition at the end of all of these movies.
But
Right?
Dan, did they mention it at any point before?
The fact that they've done it 2 movies in a row means they're gonna do it every movie. They've loaded that gun, and now
I
it's
thought this movie was. I thought it was Unwrapping Christmas.
Yeah.
Say,
Hey,
what's going
oh.
on?
But then we have like a judge who doesn't even go and look at the gifts.
Hey,
He's
I'm
just like
judge.
back there with his binoculars
Yeah,
and
how
microphone.
these things are
He's like-
judged.
and we're getting in the weeds at that point. The fact that all of these movies are taking place kind of on top of each other's timeline, but yet they all end in a group gift wrapping competition where one of the 4 members of the group is wrapping it is
This is how
one
this-
of the wildest things I've ever seen.
This is a live clip of how the wrapping contest ends. Hands up, winner, Judy.
That's right.
And then that's it.
That's it. Yes.
They-
Your time is up, and the winner is. That's what it is. Exactly.
Janice, she did great work. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I'm genuinely concerned about the business. It's just I'm starting to be very concerned that one of the reasons why they need 4 people to work at to own this store is because they're never working.
Yes.
And so hopefully
Correct.
between the 4 of us, one of us can be there occasionally.
I've resigned myself to
crazy.
the fact that we're gonna have 4 movies, and never once is there gonna be a packed store during the holidays.
I want one movie that actually revolves around the store.
Yeah.
I want it
Yeah.
to be about the store, but so far,
Nada.
never about the store.
Yep. That stings.
It's never about the store. I just want one movie about the store. Will we get it? Who can say?
Mm-hmm,
Probably not. Probably not. Good news, everybody. We're done. And also more good news. We'll be back next week. We're doing the other one, the next one.
Yes,
We got
yes,
2
yes.
more left. 2 more left. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you'll come back and join us. And then we'll be back, I believe, tomorrow as well. It's the thing we're doing. Until then, I'm the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.